Hello everyone, and welcome back to On the Bright Side. I'm your host, Caroline Susko, and I hope you are having a great start to your day. Or, if you're listening at the end of the day, I hope it was a great one. I'm starting my day off a little later today. I had to sleep in today. It was one of those days where I just needed that extra sleep. So now I am starting to record this episode. It's 10:30. That's not too late, but here we are. I don't know. I guess I'm just so tired because all the running around I've had to do. Holy moly, I am not used to it. I've done so much with work here, catching up with friends while we're all in town, and packing and shopping. This is so funny. This sounds like this is all like hard work. No, but I've just had a lot going on, and I have an Indiana conference in a couple weeks, so it's been packing and shopping for that and getting all prepared for that. But I am so excited to go. I'm so excited for this opportunity. And, just being busy in general and staying busy and having a lot to do is always what I thrived off of. Oh my gosh, it's always what I thrive off of because I just like going. And, I'm still on winter break right now, so not adding school into the mix is enough in itself to have all this free time. So I make a routine with all the other stuff I have to get done because, I feel like the second I don't have a lot to do, I just become run down and lazy. Like, if I don't have something to do every hour, that hour will go to sleep in. I'll just get in my bed and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And then just sleep for hours. But if I have stuff to do, if I'm going to the gym, if I'm working on podcast stuff, if I'm hanging out with friends, if I'm recording stuff, if I'm posting stuff, doing all that, I'm always staying busy, always staying on my grind. So honestly, to be busy for me is always so much better than having nothing to do. But yeah, I always like to be kept up on my feet. I don't know, I love the grind. That's always how I've been. But yeah, today I have a really exciting, fun episode planned. But before we get into that and I give you the rundown for that, you guys know the drill. Before we get into today's episode, let's talk grateful. So definitely a lot of gratefuls going into 2023, but my biggest grateful right now is my health, especially with everyone being sick right now with this flu going around, with COVID coming back a little bit, So the other week, my family and I got some gross sickness, coughing, chills, aches, fever, sneezing, all that. Ugh, I felt so gross, and that sickness knocked me down for a good 4 days where I was, taking medicine, nonstop sleeping, chugging Gatorade, doing that face steam thing. Guys, if you've never done that when you're sick, do it. One of my friends told me to do it. So you boil water and then you take it off the stove and put it on a hot plate or whatever. And then you sit 8 inches above the pot, off the stove. And then you put a towel draped over your head and you breathe in the steam for 5 minutes, 8 inches from the water. I wish you guys could see me right now. I am fully acting this out the pot is in front of me. But oh my gosh, it cleared me up so well. So well. My chills were gone. I think it was just because the heat was getting into me and the steam just cleared everything just for a little bit. I feel like it's also the placebo effect where you're oh my gosh, this is gonna work, and then you do it and you're oh my gosh, I feel so much better. But honestly, totally recommend. If you have not tried that, next time you're sick, definitely do that. But yeah, so after all that, I was oh my gosh, being sick is the worst. And this was just a little sickness, we all get it here and there. But yeah, not a fun time. And it made me realize how lucky I am to have the days I am healthy and able to go on with my day and feel good and energized, because, the days we're not sick and we're just living our everyday life, we tend to take for granted that we're healthy, that we could go do these things, that we can go walk, that we can go eat food, that we can keep that food down, we just forget that health is such a big part of our life, and it's almost just a given when we feel great that we take for granted. So definitely, after being sick, I am so grateful for my health on my good days. I'm lucky enough that my body can fight off these little sicknesses here and there, and that it's just a cold or virus and nothing bigger than that. So that's definitely my thankful for today. I hope you guys are all feeling good, feeling healthy, wash your hands, take vitamins, chug juice maybe, if that's a thing. But anyways, I hope you're all healthy and are slaying away these super ugly winter sicknesses like bleh and yuck. But anywho, we are on to today's episode. I'm really excited for this one. So I was thinking of episode ideas, and I had a few ideas that I wanted to do, and I definitely will do them. But I was like, you know what? When I saw this idea, I was like, no, I need to stop what I'm doing and do it. So the idea was doing 73 Vogue questions. So if you guys don't know what that is, this guy from Vogue asks a celebrity 73 questions to get to know them better, and it like posts on a platform or whatever. And I was like, this could be such a silly and fun episode where you guys get to know more about me and who you're listening to every other Wednesday, especially because I feel like a lot of my listeners don't know every side to me and don't know too much about me, because the first episode I got right into what I wanted to talk about, and ever since, that's what I've been doing, talking about mental health, talking about getting out of our comfort zone, talking about girl boss energy. So I was like, we need to take a time out and do this. So here's the rundown today to change it up a little. So the plan is I'm going to pull up one of the Vogue 73 questions. Some are funny, some are deep, they're all over the place, and I'll answer each one, but I have to watch myself because I will go on a tangent if some of these questions spark my brain. But yes, this will help to get to know me better and show more of my sides that aren't always shown on these episodes. I feel like I don't show my silly side as much as I would like to. I mean, I feel like it comes up here and there, but not as much as it comes up in a normal day. So let me pull up the questions and let's get to it. All right, 73 questions with Vogue. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Question 1, what's your favorite time of day? For me, I feel like 11 a.m. because, okay, this is very specific. You can decide if you want to eat breakfast food or lunch food, and I'm such a foodie, so like to be able to decide if I want like pasta or if I want waffles is amazing. I mean, you could decide that at any time, but 11 o'clock is that like, I don't know, it's more normalized by then. And then 11 a.m., you still have a full day ahead of you to do so much, and the sun is shining, so you want to like get up, go. Not the sun is always shining, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's time to go by 11. So 11 a.m. is definitely my favorite time of day. All right, number 2, my biggest weakness. Okay, this one I'm at a crossroad because I have 2 weaknesses that I can't decide from. My first weakness is that I am impatient. So like if something goes wrong and I'm trying to fix something, I'm very quickly taking huffy breaths and I'm like, oh my gosh, why isn't this working? It usually sounds a little like, why isn't this working? Sometimes I go up an octave like that if I'm getting really fed up, but that's what, if you hear it, just smile and nod and just keep going. Definitely something I'm working on. The second one is that I'm kind of a dependent person. I always need reassurance when it comes to a new idea or trying something new or when I need help. But yeah, those are definitely the 2. Okay, next one. What is your biggest strength? My biggest strength is definitely communicating, not to toot my own horn, but communicating is my forte. I like to be on the same page with people always. All right. What's the biggest learning experience you've had to this day? This is a tough one because there's a lot of little learning experiences that come with every day. But I think the biggest one was that, people are going to talk no matter what, whether you're following the trends, whether you're doing your own thing, people are going to talk. So you might as well do what you want to do for you and let them talk. And usually people are talking because they're jealous anyways. So you live your dream the way you want to live it. You do what you want to do. You start what you want to do. You make those TikToks you want to make, and let those people talk. Just let them talk, because at the end of the day, it's not affecting you. It's just putting more negative energy on them. All right, what is your idea of a perfect date? Okay, not that I have this planned or anything, but it would be in the evening. We would go sit on the Hollywood O and Stargate. Now, you see, the Hollywood O is the perfect location. And when I'm talking Hollywood O, I mean the white letters that spell out Hollywood in California, like Holly Wood. I don't know why I'm spelling it. Anyway, now you may ask, Caroline, why is the Hollywood O the perfect spot? Well, I am here to tell you. First, California, great weather, so just automatically great off the bat. Second, if you sat in the Hollywood O, it would be a great people watching spot, and you could stargaze, a 2-in-1 deal. And then, three, you wouldn't be bothered by other people because, for God's sakes, you're sitting in the Hollywood O. Who else is sitting in the Hollywood O? So, yes, that is the perfect date. And if someone disagrees, we have to talk. We definitely have to talk. But if we're talking more realistically, I think the perfect date could be anywhere if you have that perfect person. Like, a place is just a place. It's the person you're with that makes or breaks the place. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the beach could be fun, but then just sitting in a car driving with someone could be fun. So honestly, if the guy was just super sweet, down to earth, funny, and a comfort person, then they would be the perfect date no matter where we went. I would go to anywhere with them. So yeah, when it comes to dates, that's what I'm thinking. I do think about this on a very regular basis, but I'm too scared to go on dates. So a girl can dream. Just kidding. I am not too scared. I'm not. I can't put that out there. I am going to go on a date in 2023. It's going to be the best day ever. Okay. What's one advice you wish you could give up? I'm impatient. I am definitely working on that, but I have a hard time waiting in lines or waiting for stuff to get done, and I always want to like go. So that is definitely my thing. What's the best compliment you've ever received? Compliments, my favorite ones are when people tell me I look happy or that I'm funny. Actually, my favorite compliment is when someone says you're glowing, because when someone says you're glowing, it just means your overall appearance is glowing. Like, the way you treat people and your mood, like what the energy you're giving off is always glowing. And I think that is a very, very good compliment because it's looking more at your inside energy and not like your physical appearance. So when someone says you're glowing, I love that compliment. And same with when someone says, oh, you look so happy. Happiness is so important to me. Happiness is the key to life. So when someone is noticing me radiate that positive energy, makes my heart so happy, because radiating good vibes, other people can receive that happiness. What makes you smile the most? This is easy. Dogs. I love dogs. I'll say there. Dogs. Dogs are my favorite thing. They're so cute. They're so happy. The world doesn't deserve dogs. What song can you listen to on repeat? Okay, so I'm a big country girl, country fan, love country music. My favorite artist is Thomas Rhett. His concert was amazing. Oh my gosh, story time. I was in Disney this past summer, and we were waiting in line to get on a ride, but our fast passes weren't working for another 3 minutes, so they made us wait outside until it like hit 11:30 or whatever. And I'm sitting, and I look out in the corner of my eye, and I see this lady, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks so familiar. And then I see this little girl, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks so familiar. And then Thomas Rhett is right there. He is in Disney. He's on like Space Truck or whatever. And I run over. I've never ran so fast. I was like, Thomas Rhett. Oh my gosh, hello. And I got a picture with him. He was so nice and wholesome. And yeah. So anyway, back to the question. My favorite song I could listen to on repeat is Dreams You Never Had by Thomas Rhett. It's so cute. It's about his wife and how he's like thankful that even though these weren't her dreams, he couldn't have done it without her. And oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, 10. What's one thing people don't know about you? I mean, for the most part, my life is an open book. Ask and you shall receive. But I feel like one thing that people don't know about me is that I'm an introverted extrovert. So when I meet someone at first, I tend to be a little more quiet and reserved. But then the second I feel comfortable or feel like I know you enough, which is usually pretty quick, you'll see my extroverted energy and I'll be my silly self and loud and always talking. I'm a talking machine once I feel comfortable talking to someone. So I feel like that's a good one. But yeah, I feel like I'm an introverted extrovert. I also have tremors. This is just more kind of like a PSA because in almost all of my videos, they're shaking a little bit. And you'll notice that. That's just me being me. Don't worry about it. They actually kind of add a little character to my videos. I kind of enjoy it. It just makes my videos me. It like copyrights my videos on its own with my little shakes. You just know it's me. All right, question 11. Heels, flats, or sneakers? Heels, flats, or sneakers? Overall, I'd say heels. I love dressing in heels. I think they add to any outfit. You know, they're not the most comfiest shoe, but the choices are endless, and I love them very, very much. Would you rather sit in the window seat or the aisle seat? So I would usually always want to sit in the window seat just because I like looking outside, but I don't like feeling trapped. That's something with my anxiety. I don't like feeling like I can't get out. So if I'm on the inside and it's two random people next to me, I don't like sitting there because I'm like, I feel bad asking to get up, or I don't know. I just feel like trapped. It's a weird thing about me, but that's just how I am. All right. What's your current TV character obsession? Definitely, okay, there's two. Blair from Gossip Girl. She's awesome. Her outfits are out of this world. Or Schmidt from New Girl. He's so funny. Oh my gosh, anytime I'm watching a show, I'm hysterically laughing. He says something funny. Oh my gosh, every word that comes out of his mouth is funny. All right, describe yourself in hashtags. Hashtag silly, hashtag quiet than loud, hashtag fashionista, hashtag talking machine, hashtag sorority girl, hashtag AKO, hashtag Saratoga Springs. What is your favorite piece of clothing that you own? Okay, I have two. So my first is my Kelly green dress from Zara. I got it last summer, and I love pops of color. Kelly green is my favorite color as of recently. So I definitely love that dress. And then for Christmas, I got this dress I'm wearing for my 21st birthday. And now you may be like, Karen, when's your 21st birthday? It's not for another like 6 months. It's actually more than 6 months, but I am a planner aheader. I plan ahead, and I was like, Mom, for Christmas, I really want this pink dress. It's this pink baby doll dress, and I thought it would look so super cute with like cowgirl boots for my 21st birthday with like a little cute sash for the summer. I don't know. Love it. I am a planner. I guess you can see. I plan ahead. So that dress is sitting in my closet waiting for July 20th. Okay, question 16. What's inspiring you in your life right now? I'm going to make this simple. I'm young and I have so much time to grow and learn new things. And, if there's something I don't want to do in life and I change my mind, I can always pivot and try something new and go in a different direction. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of change. So I feel like that's always inspiring me because so many new things are always coming out. Like, look, 20 years ago, we did not have some of the careers we have today. The world, it has so many never-ending possibilities. So you can always try something new if you don't like it because, you got one life, you live it, and you're going to love it and change it if you don't love it. Leather or lace? Definitely leather. I like those leather jackets. I like leather pants. It's my go-to outfit always. What is your best piece of advice you've received? Let me think. I've received a lot of good advice over the years. But I think the biggest piece of advice that is super important is don't find your happiness in other people. Find it in yourself. I feel like for a very long time, I found my happiness if a guy was talking to me. I was like, oh my gosh. And if he wasn't texting me, I wouldn't be like my full potential happy. Or if I wasn't with some of my best friends, I would be like, oh, I'm like so bored. I'm alone. No, we find happiness in ourselves. So definitely to not look for other people to have that happiness, to find that happiness in yourself and to realize that you control your happiness. No one else does around you. So don't let any outside factors control your happiness because once you find that, your life is golden. Golden, let me tell you, golden. Okay, on to the next one. What's your biggest pet peeve? This is easy when people bite their fork. So just say you have like mac and cheese on your fork. When you bite, your teeth go on the fork and you pull it out and it like makes that noise against your teeth. Oh, it gives me like the chills every time. Like, oh my gosh, like a spark goes through my spine and I can't stand it. Diamonds or pearls? Pearls. I feel like pearls are more timeless. What's something you notice about someone when you first meet them? Two things: I notice their personality, if they're outgoing or more introverted, and then their smile. That's something I always look at because my eyes just go right to that when they talk. Love me a good smile. What is your biggest regret? My biggest regret is letting anxiety get in the way of my life, saying no to travel opportunities because of my anxiety. Over the past couple years, I've missed out on a good amount of traveling because my friends would be like, oh, do you want to go? And I would be like, no, like my anxiety is not going to let me. And there was so many fun moments on those trips, obviously, that I missed because I let my anxiety win. What's heavily played on your music right now? Anything country. Thomas Rhett, Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs. That is what's always playing on my Spotify 24/7. Favorite board game? Scattergories. Scattergories is so much fun. If you guys don't know what Scattergories is, it's this game and it spells out like 3 words on the side and then you get a category. So like just say the category was like cars and the word spelled down was like broom broom. You would have to think of something that started with a B that was a car. So like BMW, R, Range Rover, and you like spell it down. And you can't have the same one as anyone else. And me and my family have so much fun playing that game. So many giggles. Fishbowl is also not a board game, but my all-time favorite game. So many laughs. Guilty pleasure, Dunkaroos. Dunkaroos are my favorite thing. I explained in another episode what those were. Favorite book? Honestly, thank gosh for TikTok because about a year ago I got into reading because I kept seeing Colleen Hoover books pop up, and thank gosh because I read so many books and now I can actually say I have a favorite book. But in 5 years, oh my gosh, I usually can't cry at movies or books, but oh my gosh, I was bawling. Read that book if you haven't read that book. It's about, actually, I don't even want to spoil it. Just go Google the summary, and I promise you, you will love this book, and you won't be able to put it down. How do you start your day? I don't want to say I start my day like this, but I do. I turn over and look at my phone, and I don't want to do that because, like you see certain notifications, and then that dictates your day. So I've been trying to stay away from that, but it's hard because my phone's my alarm clock. So I kind of just like shift over when the alarm goes off and then get stuck scrolling on different apps. But yeah, that's how I start my day. But then I always go down, eat breakfast. I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal. I love a good bagel. Question 29. If you could raid one woman's closet, who would it be? Okay, I don't know if you guys know her on TikTok, but Lauren Lovelace has the most amazing closet in the world. The color palette of her clothes are amazing. So I would definitely raid her closet in a heartbeat. What's one thing you've always wanted to try but have been too scared to do? Dating. Dating. I am so scared to go on a date. Oh my gosh. I just feel like it would be I always just kind of like tiptoe away when I get asked, which is so bad. I'm like, hey, get out of my comfort zone. You know what? That's what I'm going to try to do this year. I'm going to try to go on a date and say yes. But I just don't like the thought of like sitting at dinner and like twiddling with your forks because someone's not saying something. Ugh. Like, oh, that is so out of my comfort zone. But, something I would love to try. A date. What's one thing you've always tried and been too scared of? A date. 20 years old, everyone. Oh, if you ever feel like you have anxiety, you're never the only one. I am 20 years old and I'm so scared to go on a date. I went on one last year and it was scary and spooky. Get on Susco, everyone. I feel like I could be on a show for something like this, or at least win an award or set a record. There's gotta be something. My poor dad, he's a girl dad, and like I've never brought a guy home. I'm just saying dads, especially because if you're a girl dad, the only male interaction they look forward to is meeting your boyfriend. And I'm never like, hey dad, this is Johnny, make sure you're nice to him. I can't even say this straight. I mean, funny is funny, and this is funny. Rule number 1 in life, always be able to laugh at yourself. Okay, let's just move on to the next question. All right, what are must-haves in your purse? Lip gloss. I always like to put lip gloss on. Chapstick, tampon, hand sanitizer, portable charger too. My phone is always dying, or one of my friends' phone is always dying, so I always have it for either me or a friend. What's something you can't do? I can't take videos because of the tremors. I can, but again, they have that little trademark where you know it's me because it looks like a mini earthquake. My friends like to say the degree level of the earthquake based on the video. Sometimes it could be category 5, sometimes it could be category 1. Depends on the shakes that day. But yeah, next time you watch one of my videos, you'll notice it in a heartbeat, and then you'll never not be able to notice it. It's my own little personal touch to these videos of mine. Okay, 33, best vacation. There's two, and they are totally polar opposites. So Hawaii was amazing, breathtaking. The sands were all different colors. The water was so nice. I swam with dolphins, and dolphins are my favorite animal. Dolphin and whales. Dolphins are so intelligent. So that was like a dream come true. And then the other best vacation I went on was Stonington, Connecticut. I had never been there until last year. And oh my gosh, I 1000% want to live there, and I'm going to work my butt off to make sure I live there. And when I was vacationing there and working on my podcast on the beach, I was like, it is so much easier to work harder when you are in the location of where you want to live and your dream. So, oh my gosh, I want to live in Stonington, Connecticut. It's gorgeous, a cute little town, and the people are so nice, and the beach is amazing and relaxing and beautiful. 34. What is your favorite food? Spaghetti and meatballs or bolognese. Any pasta is up my alley. I love, love, love pasta. That's one of the very few foods I can make. But let me tell you, I'm good at making pasta. I know how to make it al dente. But yeah, that's what I'm a sucker for. Favorite snack. True Fruit. I don't know if you guys have had them. True Fruit raspberries. It's a raspberry with like a little bit of like white chocolate or yogurt, and then milk chocolate or dark chocolate, and it's frozen. Oh my gosh, they are so yummy. I want to be sponsored by True Fruit so bad. It is the best snack, and they're like overall pretty healthy for you. My friend put me on them, and they are just so good. Maybe I should add that to the 2023 vision board. Get sponsored by True Fruit. How cool would that be? What's a movie that made you cry? To this day, there's only very few movies that can make me cry. Like, I'll be really sad, but it's really hard for a tear to come out of my eye. But in 5th grade, there was one movie I bawled my eyes out over. Now, you're probably like, oh, it was definitely like Marley and Me. No, it was The Odd Life of Timothy Green. I was hysterically crying at the movie theater. Hysterically crying because he lost his leaves. So that is a movie that made me cry. Not The Notebook. Instead, a movie about a boy being a tree. Yeah. Yep. What's one talent you wish you had? An eye for decorating would be amazing. Okay, I'm not a horrible decorator, but it doesn't come as naturally as I'd wish. So that would be really nice. Or be a stand-up comedian where everything I come out of my mouth is funny. I love stand-up comedians. They are so funny. I give them so much credit. And oh my gosh, if I could be one of them, that would be so silly and funny. Like, can you imagine me getting on stage being like, hey guys? Because I can't imagine it yet, but I would sure love to. Okay, 3, 2, 1, next question. Let's go. What is your fast food order? Medium fries and an M&M McFlurry at McDonald's. This is an unpopular opinion. I would rather eat at McDonald's than Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry, I'll say it here. Very unpopular opinion. I get it. But I think people just like Chick-fil-A so much is because it's rare and you don't have access to it every single day. I think, honestly, McDonald's is better. I'll say it. The fries, better. What's something you don't want to be doing in 10 years? I don't want to be worrying about money, so I'm working my butt off now to make sure I don't have to. What's the best thing that happened this year? Best thing that's happened to me this year. definitely this podcast community. I think it is so awesome that we have this community where we're all lifting each other up and cheering each other on. I think that's so special to have. Okay, next one. What songs describe your life? Okay, for this one was hard, so I had to pause, ask some friends, and come back. So here's what we came up with. The first song is The Ex She's Never Had. That was my personal touch. I feel like I can always scream Tate McRae's song out loud, like I was hurt by my ex, but I've never even had an ex, so I thought that was a great one. I don't even know who it's by. I just saw it as the title, and I was like, yep, that's me. But then my friends came up with some, and one of them was Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow. I love that. That made my heart so happy. Like the I wanna soak up the sun. That's very much me. And then this one, my friend also thought of She Moves in Her Own Way. So I'm always kind of doing my own thing, being my own self, and I definitely move in my own way. I live a different vibe, and I always stay true to that. I don't really know what I'm saying there. The vibe? I don't get that. But I think I really meant more like I will always be myself, and I'll always be silly whenever I want to be. And with that, I'm kind of just like my own person and move in my own way. If you had a tattoo, where would it be? On my wrist. I want to be able to see it, but I don't want the world to be seeing it. Like, I don't think it's important for everyone else to be seeing it. So I would get it on the inside of my wrist, so it could be covered up if I needed to. But it was like what I'm saying. People do them on like the back of their neck and their like ear or whatever, and it's so cute, but I would totally forget I even had it. Like, I would want to see my tattoo. I just don't think I could even get a tattoo point blank because I can never make up a decision, and like after the year I'm totally on something new. So I don't think I could ever have something on my body that permanent. Do you prefer coffee or tea? Tea, I've never drank coffee in my life. I don't think I need any more energy. Like, can someone imagine me with caffeine or like a Red Bull in me when this is my energy to begin with? No, you don't want to. What is the weirdest word in the English language? Hypocrite or vacuum? Vacuum's weird because it should be like vacuum. Vacuum. Like, say it 5 times and it just starts sounding weird in your head. A dessert you don't like. What is a dessert you don't like? Pie. I think pie is weird. I would much rather drink a milkshake or eat chocolate cake. Like, there's such thing as bad pie, but you never hear someone being like, oh, that cake was gross. Because cake, you just can't go wrong. Pie, you can. Easily. I'm like flying through these now. You are stuck on an island. You can pick one food to eat forever without getting tired of it. What would you eat? Watermelon. Watermelon, not another thought. It's so yummy and it's healthy, but it also tastes like a sugary snack and it's so amazing. And if I'm really thinking about it, if I'm on a deserted island, there's going to be watermelon. It's not like there's going to be like Cheetos or pasta or something. So I have a never-ending supply. Best thing to happen to you today. My friend made that happy playlist about me and it made my heart smile. It was so cute. I was just like, oh, do you know a song? Like, do you have any ideas? And she makes me a full playlist. Like, how cute is that? Worst thing that happened to you today. I had an early car appointment. I had to wake up early and go drive my car to get an oil change, but honestly, I wouldn't even consider that bad. Got me going, got my day started. Hugs or kisses? Hugs, definitely. I love hugs. Favorite smell? Cologne. Cologne in a heartbeat. Cologne scented candles are my thing. They are amazing. I also, if we're talking about natural smells, I really like the smell of campfire. Like when you're outside and you can just smell it in the air. Love it. Girl crush. Sophia Bush. Sophia Bush without another thought. Sophia Bush is such a girl boss. She's Brooke in One Tree Hill. I have been obsessed with her for years. And it's not even her character I'm obsessed with. It's herself as a person. She is so down to earth and kind and does so much for this world and for other people. Oh my gosh, it's so inspiring. She is just a girl boss. Like, look up definition of girl boss and it's Sophia Bush. How do you know you're in love? Whew! Well, I guess for me personally, I know I'm in love when I feel super comfortable. it's not too hard for me to feel comfortable around someone, but I feel like that's definitely a big part of love, is feeling that comfortable. And you don't have to question if what you're doing is weird, because they love you unconditionally and like they embrace your weirdness and your silliness. So you don't have to like have that second thought being like, oh, are they gonna think this is weird? If I like question myself and he thinks like I'm weird and judgy, like there's the door. There is the door, leave. My guy, he is going to embrace my weirdness on a whole nother level, and that's just how it's gonna be. That's how you know you're in love, when you're silly and you're weird together. Like, I don't care who he is. I don't care if he's Andrew Butler. Oh my gosh, not Andrew Butler. Austin Butler. I don't care if he's Austin Butler. I don't care who he is. If he is not loving my weirdness, like, he's not for me and he's not the one. Like, that's not how love looks like. Love is embracing one another and loving each other and being silly together. And I don't know. You guys know. You guys know better than I do. All I'm saying, he's lucky to have that silly girl of me. Also, understanding each other's love language, I think, is important. You have to be like on the same page with love language. Like, if one person's super into PDA and the other person is just like not, it just seems like an uncomfortable relationship. You know what I mean? Also, let's see. Or goes out of his way to make you feel special, to make you feel heard. That's a super important one. Your time is convenient for him, or he's not like, oh, you should not do that today. Like, you should be hanging out with me instead. Like, I should be your first priority. Hell no. If he is like that, drop him in a second. No. Like, when you are in love, your time is convenient for him. But like both ways, obviously. But the biggest one, he's good with your family. Oh my gosh, good with kids. Oh, that's a big one. But that's how I feel like you know you're in love, when you see those things and they make your heart like oh my gosh, you get all like mushy, and you're just like, you can imagine your like life growing old with them. Yeah, that's how you know you're in love. Your go-to for having a good laugh. I feel like a lot of people make me laugh, but celebrity-wise, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is so funny. Any movie, if he's in it, it will be on. I'll be watching it. I don't even have to know what the movie is about. Adam Sandler, and it's on. Blow dry or air dry? Definitely blow dry. I'm a sucker for blow drying my hair and doing like a blowout. But also, blow drying is perfect if you're trying to train your hair to be less greasy. You know how they're like, don't wash your hair every day, try to go as long as you can without it. So like, using a blow dryer is my best friend when I'm trying to do that, because you can blow out and the grease leaves. But I'm trying to train my hair to go like a couple days at least without having to wash my hair, so that definitely helps. And it makes your hair look like chef's kiss, like mwah, chef's kiss. Like, these blow dryers will make you look like you're supposed to be on the red carpet about to debut. So blow dry till the day I die. What do you love most about your body? I love my height. I love being tall. Who do you want to write your obituary? My friend Lilia, in a heartbeat. I don't really know how to explain this, but basically she can make anything like funny in a way, and I don't know, I would want it to be lighthearted. I wouldn't want everyone like hysterically crying. I would want it to be like a celebration of life, and she would just know how to do that, and it would be good, and the crowd would be in tears laughing. What's your favorite app? Okay, so I love Instagram, but I also have been loving TikTok. People are so creative and get so funny, and I'll be like scrolling for way longer than I should be, laughing. But I've been trying to do this TikTok thing where you post 3 times a day, and it is hard, but it's so much fun and I love it. And then also, definitely Instagram. I just like posting in general. What movie makes you laugh the hardest? The Other Woman, such a funny movie. My favorite movie out there, so funny. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Bagels, but I would love to eat chocolate chip pancakes every day. I just am not a great chocolate chip pancake maker. But bagel toast with cream cheese or chocolate chip pancakes go to every single time. What color clothing do you wear most? Honestly, I just like wearing bright colors. That makes me sound like I'm trying to like not get hit by a car at night, but I love wearing bright colors. It makes me happy. And the world could always use more color. So I like vibrant colors. I like green dresses. I like pink dresses. I like purple tops. Like, I want my closet to be rainbow. Do you like surprises? Yes, I like surprises. I think it's very thoughtful that people are thinking of me enough to surprise me. What's one thing you learned the hard way? Honestly, that not everyone's going to like you. You can bend over backwards and be nice to people and try your best for everyone to like you. But at the end of the day, there's just people that aren't going to like you. So don't waste your time trying to please people that aren't bettering your life to begin with, that are just making it negative. Like, why waste all that energy trying to prove your worth to someone when there's so many people out there already who see your high worth and your value? So just don't just don't spend your extra time trying to prove your worth to people. You know your worth, and your true friends and the true people out there know your worth as well. What's a trend you would like to see disappear forever? Okay. Well, let me get clear for this one. Are you ready? Those pants with the side cutouts. They're like yoga pants, but then there's cuts down the side, and it's like your butt to your leg. I don't like those at all, and I wish they would disappear forever. Also, this one is really weird. I was shopping on Aerie for like bras and underwear and all that, and there's this new underwear that came out, and it's Velcro. Like, the sides of the underwear are Velcro like a diaper. And I am so confused if that ever becomes a trend. What's going on? So I hope that trend never surfaces, but if it does, I will not be joining it. Also, don't just hop on a trend because it's the trend. Do what you want with your life. Express yourself the way you want to. Let your personality shine through. What did you want to do with your life at age 12? I think I wanted to be a teacher, but I've also wanted to do YouTube since I was like 10 years old. So one of those. If you could do a love scene with anyone, who would it be? Any of the guys who play Spider-Man, I love them all. But definitely Andrew Garfield. I saw him at the Golden Globes last night. Like, on TV. Yeah, I went to the Golden Globes, of course. No, I was watching it on TV, and I was like, wow. Or Michael Belling from All American. Oh my gosh, he's so hot. He is my crush of the century. So, one of them. If your life was a musical, what would the marquee say? Honestly, I had to ask my friend for this one because I was like, I don't know. And she was like, maybe that your life is not clickbait, because you would not believe what goes on in my life. And the stories I tell you, your jaw would just drop off and be like, that did not happen. And none of it's clickbait. It is all true. I'm living this super silly life, and it is all true, not clickbait, all real. So I think it would be big letters, her life is not clickbait. Oh my gosh. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about life right now? 10. I'm always excited about life. New things are always coming, and life is always exciting. And if it's not exciting at the moment, change it. Change it to something exciting. Have fun with life. You only live once. 3 things you can't live without. Simple. Family, friends, and dogs. What is your biggest fear in life? Sickness. Being sick is always my biggest fear. I hate being sick. It is scary. I'll leave it there. What's your current TV obsession? Only Murder in the Building with Selena Gomez and these 2 other guys. I'm blanking on their name. Oh my gosh, it's such a funny show. It's on Hulu. Definitely go watch it if you haven't. Okay, second to last one, 72. What are you most excited about this time in your life? The thing I'm most excited about is there's so many amazing days that I haven't experienced yet. That so many days ahead that I'm going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, that was one of the best days of my life. And I haven't even experienced half of them yet. And finally, last but not least, what is your daily affirmation? At the end of the day, in the morning, my daily affirmation is, I get a lot done, I am loved, I am successful, I am happy, I am a good person. That is what I will continually say to myself every day, because that's the main things I always want to reign through with myself. And that, my friends, is 73 questions answered. I kind of flew through that. Actually, no, I didn't. I'm 54 minutes in. Holy crap. But it definitely won't be 54 minutes after editing. But that was really fun. Thank you, Vogue, for that one. But yeah, after listening to this, you guys will definitely get a better idea of who I am. I'm glad I did that. At first, I was like, I don't know if people want to hear about me. But then I was like, well, it'll change it up a little, and it will help people to get to know me, because I feel like that helps episodes hit home more, because it feels like you're talking to your friend on FaceTime. But yes, so much fun. I love you guys. And remember, stay looking on the bright side, and I promise you it'll serve you really well. Much love. Bye.